Merry Christmas!
So, as you all know, basically Christmas is fast approaching. Even though I was hoping to do a few Vlogmas kind of topics, and obviously some might co-relate into this, I'm just telling you because we know basically as what it reads with the title I'm about to address to you all about how to cope with stress. You know, stress can come and go at any given moment of time, however, and any point of time in our lives, regardless if basically there's a lot of things going on in our lives that we're trying to slow it down and stuff. We're trying to think, I want this to stop. When is this going to stop? All these overwhelming feelings and emotions that comes with it, as well as the thoughts. But as you remember, stress isn't always that bad either, because obviously in small doses it can help us to perform under pressure when it comes down to certain tasks that we need to do, and it will help us to motivate ourselves to do our best of what is to come, of whatever it may be. But when we're constantly running it in emergency mode, however, on the other hand, your mind and body may pay the price at the end of the day. So obviously it will have some negative effects on you when it comes down to it. So if you're frequently finding yourself so frazzled and so frustrated and whatnot and overwhelming, maybe now's the time to think and take action into bringing your nervous system back into balance. You can protect yourself and improve into how you think and feel by learning how to recognize the signs and symptoms of chronic stress and taking these steps to reduce the harmful effects that will come along the way. So you may be wondering, what is stress? Stress is our body's way of responding to us when something is really stressful, or some form of demand or threats towards us or to us. When we sense danger, however, whether it's real or imagined, the body's defenses will kick in with the fight, flight, fright responses, basically into that high gear of that automatic process, or as we sometimes call it, the stress response. The stress response is the body's way of protecting us when working properly, and will help us to stay focused, energetic, and alert. And as I said, the emergency situation shifts can save us from life, giving us extra strength to defend ourselves. For example, sparing you to slam on the brakes to avoid any form of accidents. Stress can also help you to rise to meet the everyday challenges that come in our everyday life, regardless of what it may be. It's what keeps us on our toes, basically, during a presentation at work or a speech that we have to do, sharpening our concentration when we're attempting a game-winning free throw, or some form of concentration like maybe a chess game competition, or drives us to study for an exam when we'd rather be wanting to watch TV. Beyond a certain point, stress stops us from being healthy and starts causing major damage to our health, our mood, our productivity, our relationships, and our quality of life. So basically, here I am today, hopefully, just to give you a few tips on how to cope or manage with your everyday stresses. You know, take it or leave it, if you know what I mean. You know, some of this has worked for me, it may not work for you, and vice versa. Some of the stuff that you may have done to relieve the stress may have worked for you and not for me. But it's all give and take, and be responsive. And in the comment section below, feel free to comment how you deal with it on a daily with the stresses and stuff, so that we can keep a conversation going. So the very first one is avoiding caffeine, alcohol, sugars, and nicotine. As a well-known fact that basically if we can avoid or reduce the consumption of these as well, basically, as we know, they are stimulants, and therefore this will increase the level of stress rather than reducing it. Caffeine, on the other hand, is a stimulant found in coffee, tea, chocolate, and energy drinks. High doses can increase anxiety. People have different thresholds for how much caffeine, however, they can tolerate. If you notice that caffeine makes you jittery or nervous, consider cutting back or just not taking it at all, but little by little just to take it back. But although many studies have shown that coffee can be healthy in moderation, but it's not always for everyone. In general, 5 or fewer cups per day is considered a moderate amount. High quantities of caffeine can increase stress and anxiety, so however, people's sensitivity to caffeine can vary greatly. Alcohol, on the other hand, is a depressant when taken in large quantities, acts as a stimulant in smaller quantities. Therefore, using alcohol as a way to elevate stress is not always ultimately helpful. So swapping caffeine and alcohol drinks for maybe water, herbal teas, or diluting natural fruit juices and aim to keep yourself hydrated throughout the day will enable your body to cope better with stress. You should also aim to avoid or reduce the intake of refined sugars. They are contained in many manufactured foods, even in savory foods such as soda, dressings, and bread. Can cause energy crashes which may then lead you to feel tired, irritable, in general. Try to eat a healthy, well-balanced, nutritious diet. 2. Indulge in physical activity if you can. In stressful situations, basically, we need to up our game for increasing the level of stress hormones such as our adrenaline and cortisol in the body. These are the two hormones that are important here. These are obviously, as I said, for fight-flight hormones that will evolutionize itself into the hardwiring into our brains, and which are designed, however, to protect us from bodily harm when we are under threat. However, the stress in the modern age is really remedied by a fight-flight response, so it has been recommended to do some physical exercise if we can to surrogate and metabolize the excessive stress hormones and restore the body and mind to a calmer and more relaxed state. My suggestion here is when you feel stressed out or tense, go for a brisk walk and fresh air. Try to incorporate some physical activity into your daily routine on a regular basis if you can, either before or after work or at lunchtime when you've got the time. Regular physical activity will also improve the quality of your sleep. Exercise is one of the most important things you can do to combat stress. It might seem contradictory, but putting physical stress on your body through exercise can relieve mental stress. The benefits are strongest when you exercise regularly. People who exercise regularly are less likely to experience anxiety than those who don't exercise. There are a few reasons behind this. The stress hormones. Exercise lowers the body's stress hormones such as cortisol in the long run. It also helps release endorphins, which are chemicals to improve your mood and act as natural painkillers. And obviously, the same as dopamine of another hormone that makes you happy and relieved. Sleep. Exercise can also improve your sleep quality, which can be negatively affected by stress and anxiety. Confidence. When you exercise regularly, you may feel more confident in your body, which in turn promotes mental well-being. Try to find an exercise routine or technique that you enjoy, such as walking, dancing, rock climbing, or what have you. Regular exercise in summary can lower the stress and anxiety by releasing endorphins and improving your sleep and self-image. Number 3. Get more sleep. A lack of sleep is a significant cause of stress. Unfortunately, those stresses also interrupts our sleep on a daily as our thoughts are keep whirling around in our mind, stopping us from relaxing enough to fall asleep. Rather than relying on medication, your aim should be to maximize your relaxation before going to sleep. Make sure that your bedroom is a tranquil oasis with no reminders of the things that has caused you to stress throughout the day. Basically, or try to meditate or do some mindfulness. Avoid caffeine during the evening as well as excessive alcohol. We know that this will lead to you to have a disturbed sleep. Stop doing things mentally and only work several hours before going to bed so that you can give your brain time to calm down and relax. Maybe taking a warm bath or reading a calming, undemanding book for a few minutes to relax your body, tie your eyes, and help you to forget the things that worry you. You should also aim to go to bed early if you can at the roughly the same time exercise and your mind and body can get used to a predictable bedtime routine. 4. Try relaxation techniques. Each day try to relax with stress reduction techniques if you can. There are many tried exercises to reduce the stress, so therefore try and see what works best for you. For example, try some self-hypnosis if it works for you, which is very easy and can be done anywhere, even at your desk or in the car. One very simple technique is to focus on a word or phrase that has a positive meaning to you. Words such as calm, love, peace works well. Or you can think of a self-affirming mantra, such as I deserve calm in my life or grant me the serenity. Focus on your chosen words or phrase. If you find your mind has wandered or that you become aware of your intrusive thoughts entering into your mind, simply disregard them and return your focus to the chosen word or phrase that you're trying to do. Find yourself to become tense again. Later, simply silently repeat that word or phrase. Don't worry if you find it difficult to relax at first, because relaxation is a skill that needs to be learned and will improve over time with practice. 5. Talk to someone. Just by talking to someone might be find helpful. Talking can help either distract you from the stressful thoughts or losing some of the thoughts of tension by discussing what's causing you distress. Stress, as we know, can cloud our judgment or perception and prevent us from seeing things clearly. Talking things out through someone that we trust, be it a friend, a work colleague, or whoever, can help us find solutions to the stress and your problems into perspective. Therefore, as I say, 2 minds are better than 1. 6. Keep a stress diary. Keeping a stress diary for a few weeks is an effective stress management tool, as it will help you become more aware of the situations which cause you to become stressed. Note down the date, time and place of each stressful episode. Note what you were doing at the time, who you were with, and how you felt both physically and emotionally. Give each stressful episode a stress rating on, say, 1 to 10 scale, and then use the diary to understand what triggered you of the stresses and how effective you are in stressful situations. This will enable you to avoid stressful situations and may help you to develop some better coping mechanisms. One way to handle stress is writing things down. Obviously, and the best way to approach it is just jotting down maybe what you're grateful for. Gratitude may help relieve stress by focusing your thoughts on what's positive in your life. Keeping a journal can relieve stress and anxiety, especially if you're focused on the positives. Number 7, take control. Stress can be triggered by a problem that may on the surface seem impossible to solve. Learning how to find solutions to your problems will help you feel more in control, thereby lowering your level of stress. One problem-solving technique involves writing down, as I said, the problem and coming up with as many possible solutions as possible as you can. Decide on the good and bad points of each one and select the best solution for you. Write down each step that you need to take as part of the solution, what will be done, how it will be done, etc. etc. 8. Manage your time. At times like these, we all feel overburdened by our to-do list, and this is a common cause of stress. Accept that you cannot do everything all in one day, because Rome wasn't built in a day. And start to prioritize and diarise your tasks. Make a list of all the things that you need to do on that list and list them in order of your genuine priority. Note what tasks you need to do personally and what can be delegated to others to do if need be to share the load. Record which task needs to be done immediately in the next week and the next month when time allows you to do so. By editing what may have started out as an overwhelming and unmanageable task list, you can break it down into a series of smaller, more manageable tasks to spread out throughout the day over a longer term time frame as well. With some tasks removed from the list entirely through delegation. Remember as well to create some buffer times to deal with unexpected and emergency tasks and to include time for your own relaxation and well-being. Number 9. Learn to say no. A common cause of stress is having too much to do and too little time on which to do it, as well as trying to impress others that we can do it, even if we are wanting to get everything done in one day. But we need to realise that our well-being is important. It's okay to say no once in a while. I'm sure I learned that once in a while, to learn to say no when I can get the time, and I'm probably saying that too often because of my thing. But that's just me, and it's okay to be selfish, just to do a bit of self-care and learn to say no. Because in this situation, many people feel agree to takes on additional responsibility. This obviously, as well as saying this, of learning to say no can reduce your levels of stress too, and may also help you to develop more self-confidence in yourself. You may need to understand why you found it difficult in the first place. As you said, many people find it hard to say no because they want to help and try to be nice and be liked, unpopular, or whatever it may be. For others, it is a fear of conflict, rejection, or missed opportunities. Remember that those barriers to saying no are self-created. You might feel basically reluctant to respond to it because it's a straight out no, and it's release that first. Instead, think of some prepared phrases to say, let other people down more gently though. Practice saying phrases such as, I'm sorry but I can't commit to this as I have other priorities at the moment. Or, now is not a good time as I'm in the middle of something, why don't you ask me again at, and give them a time. I'd like to do this but, and give them a reason. 10. Rest if you are ill. If you are feeling unwell, do not feel that you have to carry on regardless. A short spell of rest can do work of wonders to make our body recover faster. 11. Consider supplements. Several supplements promote stress and anxiety reduction. Here are some of the brief overview of some of the most common ones that I have found. Lemon balm is a member of the mint family that has been studied for its anti-anxiety effects. Omega-3 fatty acids. They obviously has a reduction in showing of 20% of anxiety-like symptoms in one of the studies shown. Ashwagandha, if I can pronounce it right, is an herb used in Ayurvedic medicine to treat stress and anxiety. Several studies such as that it is effective. Green tea contains many polyphenol antioxidants which provide health benefits and may lower stress and anxiety by increasing serotonin levels. Valerian root is a popular sleep aid due to its tranquilizing effect. It contains valeric acid, which alters the gamma aminobutyric acid or GABA receptors to lower the anxiety. Some supplements can interact with medications or have side effects if you do choose to take some time to implement. So my suggestion here is always consult your doctor first before taking it if you have a medical condition, so that hopefully they can let you know of the time. Number 12, light a candle. Using essential oils or burning a scented candle may help reduce your feelings of stress and anxiety. Some scents may include the ones that are soothing and have calming effects. Of the scents that reminds you of calmness is lavender, rose, vetiver, bergamot, rum and chamomile, neroli, frankincense, sandalwood, ylang, orange or orange blossom, geranium. Using scents to treat your mood is called aromatherapy. However, several studies show that aromatherapy can decrease anxiety and improve sleep. Lighting a candle or using can also have calming effects. Number 13, chew some gum. For super easy and quick stress reliever, try chewing a stick of gum. Even though many people find this really embarrassing for me. One study showed that people who chewed gum had a greater sense of well-being and lower stress. One thought explanation that chewing gum causes brainwave similar to those of relaxed people. Another is that chewing gum promotes blood flow to your brain. Additionally, one recent study has found that stress relief was greatest when people chewed more strongly. According to several studies, chewing gum may help you relax, but may also promote well-being and reduce the stress of whatever it may be. 14. Spend time with friends and family. Social support from friends and family can help you get through your everyday stressful times of whatever it may be. Being caught up with friend network can give you a sense of belonging and self-worth, which can help you in the tough times. One study found that women in particular spending time with friends and children helps release oxytocin, a natural stress reliever. This effect is called tend and be friend, and is the opposite of the fight or flight response as mentioned earlier. Keep in mind that both men and women benefit from friendship. Another study found that men and women with a few social connection are more likely to suffer from depression and anxiety. So in summary of that one, having social ties may help you get through stressful times and lower your risk of anxiety. 16. Laugh. It's hard to feel anxious when you're laughing. It's good for your health though, and there are a few ways that may help you release stress. Relieving a stress response, relieving tension, relaxing your muscles. In the long run, it can also help improve your immune system and your mood. A study among people with cancer found that people in the laughter intervention group experience more stress relief than those who simply felt distracted. Try watching a funny TV show or learning with friends that makes you laugh. Taking control of parts of your life basically can cause you to, things. So obviously it is true that you should be, as I forgot to add, for saying no is based on, this is simply, especially to train yourself by taking on more new candy or juggling responsibilities can leave you feeling so overwhelmed. So learning to say no is the best way of knowing how to handle it. Number 10, learn to avoid procrastination. Another way to take control of your stress is to stay on top of your priorities and stop procrastinating. Procrastination can lead to act reactively, leaving you scrambling to catch up. This can cause stress, which then can negatively affect your health and sleep quality. Get in the habit of making a to-do list instead, organise by your priority, give yourself realistic deadlines and work your way down your list. Work on things that you need to get done today, basically, and give yourself chances of uninterrupted time, and switching between tasks or multitasking can be a stress relief. Prioritise what needs to be done, make time for it. Staying on top of the to-do list is obviously important. If need be, number 11, take a yoga class. Yoga has become a popular method of stress relief and exercise among all age groups. While yoga styles differ from many people, most share a common goal to join the body and mind. Your primarily does this by increasing body and breath awareness. Some studies also have shown that examine yoga's effects on mental health. Overall research has found that yoga can enhance mood and may even be effective as antidepressant drugs that you take at treating anxiety and depression. However, many studies are limited, and there are still questions about how yogas work to, achieve the stress reduction. In general, the benefit of yoga for stress and anxiety seems to be related on your nervous system and stress response. It may help lower your cortisol levels, blood pressure, heart rate, increase your GABA, a neurotransmitter that is lowered in your mood disorders. Yoga is widely used for stress reduction, and it may help lower your hormone levels and blood pressure. Again, as I said before, practicing your mindfulness basically. This is described as practice that anchors you to the present moment. It can help you combat the anxiety-inducing effects of negative thinking. There are several methods for increasing mindfulness, including mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, stress mindfulness-based stress reduction, yoga, and meditation. A recent study on college students, however, has suggested that mindfulness may increase your self-esteem, which in turn lessens symptoms of anxiety and depression. In summary, another one is cuddling. Is number 13. Cuddling, kissing, hugging, and sex can all help relieve stress. Believe me, mate. Positive physical contact can help reduce or release your oxytocin levels and lower the cortisol. This can help lower your blood pressure and heart rate, and both of which are physical symptoms of stress. Interestingly enough, humans aren't the only animals who cuddle up for stress relief. If you've seen chimpanzees, you wonder why they are also cuddle with their friends who are stressed. Summary. Positive touch, cuddling, kissing may lower stress levels and lower blood pressure. Listen to soothing music. Listening to music can have a very relaxing effect on the body. Slow-paced instrumental music can induce the relaxation response by lowering blood pressure and heart rate, as well as stress hormones. Some types of classical, Celtic, Native American, and Indian music can be particularly soothing, but simply listening to music usually is effective too. Nature sounds can also be very calming. This is why they're often incorporated into and meditation music. Deep breathing. Mental stress activates your sympathetic nervous system, signaling your body to go into fight or flight mode. During this reaction, stress hormones are released and you experience physical symptoms such as fast heartbeat, quick breathing, constricted blood vessels, so on and so forth. Deep breathing exercises can help activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which controls the relaxation response. There are several types of deep breathing exercises, including diaphragmatic breathing, abdominal breathing, belly breathing, paced respiration. The goal of your deep breathing, however, is to focus on your awareness of your breathing, making it slower and deeper when you breathe in deeply through your nose or lungs, fully expanding belly rises. This helps slow your rate down, allowing you to feel more peaceful. Spend time with a pet. As a well-known fact, if you've got a pet, basically, this can help reduce your stress and improve your mood. Interacting with your pets may help release oxytocin, a brain chemical that promotes a positive mood. Having a pet may also relieve stress by giving your co-host active and providing companionship, all qualities which will then help reduce anxiety. The bottom line, although stress and anxiety may arise in workplace and personal life, regardless where you may be, there are many simple ways to reduce the pressure you feel. These tips often involve getting your mind away from the sources of stress. Exercise, mindfulness, music, and physical intimacy can all work to relieve anxiety, and they will improve your overall work-life balance as well. So this quickly ends based on how to cope or manage your stress. Manage the life, comment below of what you do to deal with it on the daily. So what I'm going to do, guys, follow me on my social medias as it comes up if you feel so. And don't forget to share these videos around. So I'm going to do guys. Thanks for watching. Do what Robert did. Till next time. Thanks for turning out, and I'm so thankful for jumping out.
Merry Christmas!